What's good, family? What it do? What it do? It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Broadcasting Community. Shout out to Envision Photography and Video. Shout out to the Louisiana All American Sports Network. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. In this particular live stream, I'm going to talk about some more transfer portal news. For those individuals that did not catch it yesterday, I also did another live stream in terms of transfer portal news. So check out the live stream from yesterday after you watch this live stream. To all of the subscribers that have been rocking with me since day one, I just want you to know you are valued and you are greatly appreciated. To all my new subscribers, I appreciate y'all just the same. I value all of y'all. Y'all are all greatly appreciated. And I appreciate you for allowing my channel to grow and continuously grow. So I just want to let y'all know y'all are valued and y'all are appreciated. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this particular live stream. Southern University running back, wide receiver, punt and kick returner, Braelen Morgan has entered the transfer portal. This is the statement that he released. I'm starting to think some of these statements are like done by AI because they all kind of sound generic. Major shout out to Autism Boy, Cottage 81. Salute to your fam. Greatly appreciate it. And I hope you just was joking saying you're going to, you but to quit YouTube and you're going to give it up. Please, I just hope you was joking. But if you were serious, more power to you. But, we got to keep the channel going. You got to keep doing your thing, But back to Braelen Morgan. This is his statement. He said, first, I want to thank God for blessing me with the talent and the opportunity to play football. I would like to say thank you, my family, for supporting me during this journey. Thank you to the coaches that recruited me, mentors that poured into me, and teammates that became brothers. Jaguar Nation will always have a special place in my heart. With that being said, I will be entering the transfer portal as a grad transfer with 2 years of eligibility left. So that is Braelen Morgan, punt returner, kick returner, wide receiver, running back, Southern University. Major shout out to the brother, Coach Kevin Walker. What's good, Coach? What's good with your Coach Kevin Walker? Want to let you know, too, you are greatly valued, greatly appreciated. For y'all that want to see Coach Kevin Walker on the post-game Southern University versus UAPB when Southern won the SWAC West, he was in he was in a quick post-game reaction. So major shout out, major salute to Coach Kevin Walker. But back to Braelen Morgan. Braelen Morgan, for like the last few years, maybe 3-4 years, he's been like fourth, fifth string running back at Southern University. He's also kind of been like a down the depth chart wide receiver. And he's kind of been like a backup punt and kick returner. And he's been a special teams guy. Last year, I think he had a decent Blue versus Gold Spring game. Year before last, he had a pretty good Blue versus Gold Spring game. But for whatever reason, like he never like became the prominent punt and kick returner I hope he would be. And the thing about it, Southern University hasn't had like a elite dynamic punt / kick returner probably since Willie Quinn. I mean, you ever had guys like elite level punt and kick returners at Southern University. Salute to my brother Brent Fox. Just coming through to show support, brother. Man, I appreciate you, Brent Fox. You're greatly valued and appreciated. Coach Kevin Walker, he said, I always thought he had some good speed and was shifted. Me too. That's the thing I'm butted. I mean, seeing what he did in a blue versus gold spring game, like the last couple of years, I thought at some point, like he would get some major running back, and he would get some major run as like the primary punt and kick returner, and he would relieve Chandler Whitfield of some of that extra burden and extra responsibility. And Southern hasn't had like a elite level blue chip, like all world punt and kick returner probably since Willie Quinn, but they've had guys like on that level, like Fred Bailey, Kenyatta Sparks, Ezra Landry, Willie Quinn, James Vernon. They've had like a handful of all-world dynamic punt and kick returners. And I'm not going to lie, at a point I really legitimately thought Braelen Morgan kind of would become the primary punt and kick returner and be like maybe a running back that we use in spots, receiver that you would use in spots. He the type of guy you could send him in motion, use him on a jet sweep or a reverse. They did a good job the last couple of years of like throwing him screens out the backfield in a blue versus gold spring game. But yeah, it never translated into like actual like high level valuable minutes during the course of the season. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I know he was a special teams guy, and from what I saw, if I recall correctly, because I remember like last year in the blue versus gold spring game, like the guys were rallying around him and Coach Graves and this, that, and the third. So from what I'm understanding, he was like a special teams captain. But even with that being said, like I never understood why he didn't get a more prominent role in terms of like a punt and kick returner. And in addition to that, is maybe like another running back, another wide receiver that you could throw to like maybe a tunnel screen, bubble screen to whatever the case may be. I mean, I don't know. For whatever reason, like things never really kind of came to fruition for him in terms of him being the player that I wanted him to be and being the kind of player I thought he would be. But even with that being said, I hope he finds him a good landing spot. The great thing about him is it seems as if he's already graduated from what I'm understanding. But I wish him well in his future endeavors. Hopefully he does well in life after being a Southern University Jaguar. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think that, some people in my Facebook groups, like different Facebook groups I was in, they were saying that if a guy has been in Southern University, a SWAC institution for 4 years, like once their 4 years is up, like they don't have to transfer to another school or whatever. That's not a real thing. I'm starting to think it is based on all the guys that I've seen after the season that have entered the transfer portal. And I mean, just say if you had 1 or 2 years of eligibility left, like Braelen Morgan, like Kobe Dillon, if you've been at Southern University, especially like Kobe Dillon, and you're a featured player, why would you want to enter the transfer portal and go somewhere else unless you were forced to? And Coach Kevin Walker was saying, I had a real good conversation with his dad at the spring game last year. Really good dude. I hope his son does well wherever he lands. Me too. I'm not gonna lie, Coach Kevin Walker. I really want to see him like find a good landing spot, and I want to see him thrive and do well. Maybe he could go somewhere where he could be the man for the next couple of years, and he could do big things. But I really wish Braelen Morgan well. I know some people gonna be like, man, I don't even know who this dude is, woo. But for those diehard members of Jaguar Nation like myself that really follow the team, we know Braelen Morgan, and like I said, he had a lot of upside potential as a like a third string type, third down type running back. And not only that, maybe like a 7th, 8th wide receiver, but in a punt and kick returner. He really had that kind of potential. And Autism Boy Cottage 81 said, do you believe Morgan overrated as a player? Not at all. I mean, if anything, I think he's underrated. That's the reason why I'm saying I don't think he got the kind of run and shine he was supposed to get, because, like I said, the last couple of years in the Blue versus Gold Spring game, I mean, he had a decent outing and a decent showing, and you would see him in spots as a punt returner here and a kick returner there, and he would be on special teams, but he never, like, in my opinion, got like major run. It's like a third down type back, even though all, like, for the vast majority of Southern University running backs, for the exception of maybe like Steele Adams, or maybe like Lionel Nicholas, Jerroy Sims, for the exception of maybe those three guys, all the Southern University running backs are third down type running backs, to be truthful. But, you know, I felt like they never really used him to his maximum fullest potential. That's just my personal opinion. And Coach Kevin Walker said he could have been a cadet guy, reverse quick screen. Yeah, I was saying the same thing in terms of, you know, he could have been a guy that you would give a reverse, give a jet sweep, throw him. And that's the thing about it. The last couple of years, they threw him screens out of the backfield in the Blue versus Gold Spring game as a running back. And not only that, but you could have got him with like bubble screens and tunnel screens as a wide receiver too. But he was never featured as prominently as I felt like he could have been, and he should have been featured. But even with that being said, I wish him well in his future endeavors. You know, hopefully he finds him a good landing spot. I appreciate everybody that came through. Yeah, and I knew what you meant, Coach Kevin Walker, a good gadget player. Like I said, a good gadget player that you could use on a jet sweep, a reverse, a bubble screen, a tunnel screen, or just a running. Since he played his primary position is running back, like throw him a screen out the backfield, you know, as a running back. And even if you didn't use him there, he could have been featured more as a punt returner and as a kick returner. And like I said, he did return punts and kicks, but not as often as I liked. And I felt like he could have been, I'm not saying he should have been, you know, like Melvin Williams or Steve Warford or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I think they could have featured him more prominently, in my opinion, in terms of as a special teams ace type of guy. And Southern University, they still need to find that dynamic punt and kick returner, that Willie Quinn, that Ezra Landry, that James Vernon, that Kenyatta Sparks, that Fred Billy type of guy. They need to go out and find him that type of guy. And I thought Braelen Morgan could have been that, but it just never came to fruition. But that's it for this live stream. Major shout out to Autism Boy Cottage 81, Coach Kevin Walker, my brother Brent Fox. You know, salute to everybody that came through and that showed some love. Just want y'all to know y'all greatly value, greatly appreciate it. Go check out, speaking of Brent Fox, go check out my brother Brent Fox on his channel with his show. It's just me starring Brent Fox. Also, go check out my brother Jared 11 Green on his channel. Every Sunday, we do a show called the Southern Baller Show. We did a couple special versions of that Southern Baller Show in terms of, you know, we had a special live stream where we talked about black wrestlers and the situation between former legendary wrestler Booker T and Swerve Strickland, current AEW wrestler. We also do a show called The Black Man's Perspective every few Saturdays on this show, so go check him out. Also, go check out the beloved queen, the Sister Shower. She did a video last night. So go check her out. No, last night before last, where she recapped this past weekend's fights. So please go check out the Queen Sister Shower. Also go check out the brother Cadillac Red Supreme Beast Boxing Talk on his channel, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Go check him out. Go check out my brother formerly known as Soul Power, aka Gamed Up Kennels. Growing with Soul. Go check out Growing with Soul on his channel. And go check out the general of this phenomenal organization, 7A Sports TV. His primary channel is 7A Sports TV. His backup channel, the No 304 Show. For all my LDBC family members, we have a special new LDBC Facebook group. If you are in a LDBC paid member, go check out the Facebook group. I'll catch y'all on the rebound. I'll be back shortly with another live stream. Catch y'all on the rebound. You have a blessed, phenomenal evening. Peace and blessings. And go Jags.